Welcome back. Happy Friday.
It's actually Saturday morning, John.
Oh my goodness, it's Saturday morning. Can I tell you, I can't keep track of the days. It's like one day after the next.
Yeah, well, and you're still working a day job.
Yeah, yeah. Which is funny because like right after this, I got to do a deployment too. So
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
hey, at
It,
least you're working, man.
yeah. True. And the other part is, thankfully, I've got the deployments through a pipeline. So really, the the deployment is click the button to say go ahead.
Yeah, and then cross your fingers, right?
Yeah. And then log into it and make sure that it's not actually broken, and that it's just still working. So, you know what? I forgot to check levels. Just give me a quick 1-2.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Test,
All right, I
test.
think we're good.
All right, cool. All
Uh,
right. So,
yeah. I wanted to
here we
bring something
are.
up. I just noticed. I saw this morning, and they may have done this like a day or so ago, but they actually just open sourced GW Basic. And I only bring that up because that was actually one of the first programming languages, like the programming compilers that I used. Like I had done a little bit with ones before that, but like that was the one that I used a lot because that was the one on DOS. And so MS DOS had GW Basic, and that was the one that I used a ton of. Um, I'd done some stuff in CPM, but it was kind of neat that they finally open sourced it because part of what it was is that they open sourced MS DOS. So now that they've open sourced MS DOS, now they've open sourced the GW Basic for it as well. It's all done in assembly though, so I'm not going back and reading it and doing anything crazy with it. But
It's neat, though. It's
yeah,
neat that it's out there.
it is. It is.
So that's cool. That's cool. Little tech talk here. Beginning of our stream. I like it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Maybe we'll have a segment at the beginning, huh? We'll have like sort of stuff like that.
Yeah, I just thought it was
Had-
it was one of those things I just thought was interesting. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like to see that that's now happening. So that
Mhm.
that won't die because it's been open sourced.
Right, right. It's not just locked up somewhere. That it's just it will slow, like you said, it'll die. It'll just get forgotten in some vault somewhere.
Yeah.
It'll be out there in the world, and people will work on it. You know what? People have a lot of time on their hands, so they'll do things. Be like, hey, you know what? This always should have been able to do.
Yeah. Well, you know what? People are playing with the open source version of MS DOS, so they're going to want to play with the version of the GW Basic that they were using for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that way it allowed them to include it in the MS DOS. So I think that was part of the goal. The other neat part about it was not neat part, but the other part about it was that they're not accepting any new pull requests to it. Like what they posted up on GitHub for it, they're like, we're not changing the code. Like we're not trying to enhance it or anything along those lines. So
Yeah, but somebody could certainly fork it.
absolutely, they were just trying to be clear that they're not accepting like PRs for it.
Yeah, right.
This is more for posterity, right? It's the version of the code from 1983. The article is neat because the article is talking about like what else was going on in 1983 around that time, like not in just technology, but that was like when um, Return of the Jedi came out, and there was some other
Mhm.
like movies that they were talking about. It was pretty neat. It was like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, the Reagan years.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
All right, so let me get rid of this variable here. How does neg color get here? We don't need that. All right. So in adventure, we completed adding another castle, right? Isn't that what we did?
Yeah, we did the Black Castle. I think that's why we were doing that negative
Why do I not see the black
value
castle here?
because it's just the Gold Castle, negative, right? Oh, maybe we didn't put the castle itself in. Oh, okay. We didn't do the castle part. We did the room for it.
We
That's the
did the
room.
rooms for it.
Okay.
That's right, because we were coming in here and you come up, and then this was supposed to be the castle. This was the magnet. This is the chalice. And you come back. Okay. Yeah, because we still only have one key. That's why I was like, wait, how did it? It felt like we had done it, but what we had done is the rooms for it. And that's why we had the negative, because we were trying to get the room to show up in that
Yes.
color, right? So we had
Right,
done.
because we couldn't get the black figured out, but we did. But we did. Black and white then are have to do with that value. What was that? Was that the brightness?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brightness. Yep.
brightness. Okay.
So yeah, so this is pretty cool. Like this is our room data. Now, what I did during this week is I made the costumes that we needed, or the sprites that we needed for the map, or for the maze. I'm sorry, the blue maze specifically, because the blue maze is like the level 1 like maze that's going on that they have. So because their other mazes are actually different. I thought they were just repeats of them in a different order, but they're actually different mazes altogether. So I'll have to do all those as well. I figured I'd do one first to make sure that it works properly, and then we can
Mm-hmm.
work on the other ones.
Yeah.
So I need to import.
And so that's just going to be additional rooms, right? On the walls the wall sprite.
Yeah. So what I did is I basically just called them blue maps because there's going to be more than just that.
Okay. Now,
Did
you do them in? Okay, you did do them in red, so we can adjust. So everything's the same, and then we can use the color effect to adjust like the hue. Okay.
Yep. And that was good that we did that last week. So now that we can make it easier to add these. Can I import multiple? Nope. Okay.
I think is there drag and drop capability? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, UI conveniences are definitely not like prioritized in Snap.
No. So it's gonna be pretty neat. So we could maybe I can. What?
Just the way that the screen looks with the maze and the castle overlap.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Right. So. Yeah. See. So we've got that one. Got that one. Cool. So now we need to add this to our map data, right? So we've got these in here, but we actually need to now create some additional ones here. I need to move this out of the way, though. There we go. I don't need more than that, really, but so we'll do this as 9, 8, 10. I'm wondering, actually, you know what? To make this easier, I'm going to make this 11 and 12 and 13, just so that the numbers can match the room. So this will be blue 1, so it'll be 11.
Okay, so the blues will be sort of in that 10 series.
Yeah, this is actually this is interesting.
Interesting.
Now that we're doing that, this is kind of something that we used to do when doing basic programming, because basic programming had line numbers, right? And so instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, because if you needed to add something in between there, you would have to then rewrite all that stuff down. I mean, they made some adjustments to it. So what we used to do is go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That way we would have, 9 additional lines that we could put in there in the middle. And so, yeah.
They taught you that stuff too. Like if you took a computer class in like the 80s or 90s, you were taught like, leave space. If you think you're going to put a lot in here, you could even leave more. It's because it was, it was sort of arbitrary as long as it was in order. Like, so yeah, that's an interesting thing to bring up, John. I like that. But yeah, so that will keep us. It'll make it less confusing what you're doing there. So that's cool.
Yeah, the hope is that this will make it so that we can be like, well, what's that room number? We'll be like, oh no, it's 11 because 1 is our blue map and it'll be 1. So, even though we have 5 rooms here, when we go to do the other mazes, we might just start at 20 and do 21 will be this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just get these put in here. All right, so now we have there. One of the things is that we did want this to be blue. So we need to set a color effect.
Right. So we have to find what that is, right, to get blue.
Yeah. So I was let's bring this one up, and then we need to do the color effect on it. Oh, that's right.
But yeah, it's looks.
Set.
Right.
Oh, that's so cool. That color makes me feel like Atari. I have to tell you, like that is like that Atari orange.
Oh, should have just done the change by and kept clicking it.
Oh, is there a way to have it report the color effect?
Yeah, there's a color. I thought there was. Isn't there a bubble somewhere? Like, see, how there's a costume number. I thought there was a effect. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe
Yeah,
I might be imagining that.
there's this here.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's totally it. So you can do that, and you do the drop down for color, and it'll report. And I think you
Oh,
can.
you can even just
Yeah.
click on it. All right, cool. So we'll do that because that'll make it a little bit easier. We'll change color by 5.
Oh, maybe one more. There it is.
Yeah,
That's like Atari Blue.
it is 125.
All right, cool.
So with that, we're gonna have to change this part here because we actually have the set color as part of the default action, I think.
Well, can't we just pass it right in there, don't we?
No. See here. So what we do is we actually set it to gold at the beginning, and then we leave it gold, and we just change the brightness. So I think what we need to do now is we need to duplicate this a bunch of times and kind of put it into these other spots.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
I do. I do know what you mean. I see what's happening there.
Yeah.
Right? So it's funny because you almost wish you could make like, see that one we keep copying? If we could make that like a named block, right? Like, because so you'd have like a little class you could use.
You know what we could have done, as so something that we may want to think back on this as we or think about doing to come back to like improve the enhanceability of this is that instead of actually putting in here the block that does the thing, maybe what this actually has in there is a data set that will then affect the that would actually do this for us, right? So we could actually have a thing in there to say, instead of it being this, it'll be a block that has what's the room costume name, what's the color amount, what's the brightness amount, and then that
right, and then we feed it to like a subroutine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like I was like, I wish we could go that route with it. Which I guess we kind of could, but this is okay.
Yeah, this makes it more like what they what they kind of offer in here. And I think the problem is as the data gets bigger and we get more and more rooms, we're going to start to struggle, right, to manage it.
Right. Yeah, well, that's the thing with like these hack solutions that you come up with. You kind of they don't scale a lot of the time, right? That's a lot of times even in like, in our jobs, it's like, well, that worked when it was 3.
Yeah, well, that's usually the reason. Like, so the kind of getting into more advanced like topics, like the red green refactor methodology, right? So the thing is you're just trying to get it to work. So you're trying to get it to go green, and so okay, get it working, and then you should be going back and then cleaning it up and trying to say, okay, let's make this different, right?
Right. Yeah, and actually, it's funny too because using the block code here, it really visually brings out that like, how you look for duplicate code, and that kind of makes you go like, there's like a smell there, right? When you see the same code over and over again, this like brings it graphically to life. It's like, oh yeah, it's exactly the same blocks with just some slightly different values.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. All right. So now we've got that there. Let's we can. Oh yeah, look at that. Got the little map here. So I think. So what we want to do is from 4. We're actually going to go. Oh, I'm going to have to move this whole thing around. Let me Let me just bring this down a little bit. Do it like that. So what this needs to do is go from 4, it goes up to 11. I think I'm gonna have to start making these double so I can have some room. Let me bring up my picture over here to the side because I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to forget it. Let me put it over here so I can keep track of it.
So that's kind of also our map.
Yeah, right. Especially for the maze piece. So 11 is the first piece. 12 is the one to the left. So this should be 12.
Right. Oh, it's so small.
Oh, is it? I can't.
Yeah. No. All right. It's okay. It's okay. I can see it now.
Okay. Go full screen.
Yeah. You know what? I was watching on the stream, which is very small on my smaller monitor. So as I looked up, because
I got you.
I got confused. Sorry.
That's all right. So this is going to get a little weird because the numbers are going to duplicate here. But 11, 1, 2, 3, goes to 14. All right, so 14 is the map for that one. So it goes 11, 14, and then 14 goes to the right to 15. This is gonna. All right, so then.
So the maze is going to have multiple openings too when we get in there. Are we going to map that the same way we're doing this here?
It'll have multiple openings.
Well, because you can get out there's 2 different rooms you can go to from the left of, say, the one you have in the focus right now.
No, it's if you go left, it's only one room that it goes to.
Okay, it only goes to the same room.
Yeah, so there. Fortunately, the sides always go to the same side. So that was the thing.
Perfect.
It's like I know when I was looking up how to do it, or looking at what the map was going to look like. That was my biggest concern. Was like, oh, what are we going to do there?
You know what, John? You said that before we started the stream when we were talking about it, you said it, and I thought I understood what you meant, but I didn't. But now I do.
Okay.
I get it.
Awesome. So then this goes to 12. Oh, this is going to be hard to draw because this isn't the same, right? So 12 technically goes up to 13.
So you need a little extra space in there.
I'm gonna. So.
So they're not connected though, right? 13 and 14.
No. And then technically this goes to 6. Right, so this is where 6 would be. I'm just trying to.
So, and then that would be 7 and 8 above to match the other 6 up there, or is that different?
Yes, that's the no, that's the same 6. That's what I was kind of getting at. Like this is kind of portals over to that. That's why I'm. This is gonna be hard.
Yeah, so you can almost take that 8, 7, 5 and stack it on top of the 6 you got there.
I could, but the problem is this is not gonna work doing it like this, right? So I think what I'm gonna have to do is let me do what room 11 looks like, right? So 11 beneath it has the 4, but then the 11 up has so 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, it looks like 14 on your map up there too.
Yeah, and then to this side is 12. And then to this side is.
I can't see the graphics. So
I know. I'm trying to. The graphics so small, anyways. It's like. I think it's also 12.
Okay.
So that's room 11. Oop.
So that goes off both sides, sort of.
Yeah, that's what makes it. I think that's what adds the confusion to it, right? So this side is 11 for 12. And this is 11 on this side for 12. But 12 goes up to 13 and goes down to 15.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's one of.
Right, so up there's a down to 15 from that 12. Oof.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
then 13 goes up to 6,
Down to 12.
down to 12, and then goes right
14.
to.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't go right to 14. There's no bar there up top. I'm looking at your other map.
But you know what? It actually does go to 14.
Oh, okay.
So it looked right there. So it was gonna. That looked like it was actually gonna get connected there. But there's another spot that would look disconnected. That's the part that is tough. Like so, 14 connecting to 15 is where things get funky. So 13 going to the left connects to 15. That's why this is where I was like trying to figure this out. I'm like, I need to at least draw it down, write it down. So we've done 13. We need to do room 14. So room 14. 14 on the top is nothing. So we have nothing that goes to there.
Is that a closed?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
15 has a closed bottom. 14 has a closed top. Yeah, so we got 14 and goes to the left, goes to 13, right? Because that's the same as down there. To the right goes to 15, and then goes down to 11. I think I messed up this top portion. I think this top portion I got mixed up.
Yeah, it looks weird compared to what the rest of the rooms line up to.
Yeah, I think I mixed that up by accident. So now for 15, it goes right to 12.
Hey, Jim. Goes all the way to 11. Morning, buddy. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, so 12, 15. This is 14 on this side. Nothing on the bottom. Top is 11. Okay. Yeah, and 4 to this one. So maybe we can try doing that. I think I'm gonna make these numbers the same as these here, that are the room, the map numbers. They'll just
Okay.
make life easier because they're 1-to-1, like they're not being reused anywhere or anything like that. So
Yeah, I think that's fine.
yeah, so let's duplicate this. So we'll do 11 first. So that's the first room. And that'll be map 11 also. And 11 will go up to 14.
Right. So is that top, right, bottom, left, right? That's how he did that?
No, it's clockwise. So it's
Okay.
top, right, bottom, left. Is that what you said?
It is.
Oh,
You can correct me though. It's cool.
I thought you said top, bottom, right,
Yeah.
left.
Okay.
It is 9:30 in the morning.
I got you, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's all good.
I was out late last night helping Robbie hang a TV. So
Yeah, I remember you saying that's what we had when we were streaming yesterday. You're like, I got stuff.
that was So he started doing work doing like delivery for Amazon, and so
Oh yeah.
so he does 4:10. So he didn't get back until after 9. I was like, oh man. All right, so 14, 12, 4, and then 12 again. So to get into 11, 4 needs to go up to it. So right now we had that go into 6 because we were just testing the black room, right?
Right, but that's wrong.
Yeah, so this needs to be 11 now.
Okay.
I'm going to duplicate this one. Duplicate 4 more. All right. So this is going to be 12, 13, 14, and 15.
And we're going to keep that in line, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
So now 12 goes 13, 11, 15, and 11. And then 13 is 6, 14, 12, 15. 14 is -1 because we can't go up.
Right.
And then it'll be 15, 11, and 13.
Right.
And then 15 is 11, 12,
-1
negative
here.
1 because you can't go down, and then to 14.
Right. Okay. Okay. That looks good.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I want to get rid of this stuff up here because this is all mixed up. I don't want to. This is going to add too much confusion.
Mhm.
I'll do this. I'll leave 11 right there so we can see that. Right. Did the alien work? I just noticed that you put that into
It did. It did. I can do it again if you like.
All right, awesome.
He did come out.
Yeah, I was like, he should have because I did use the latest from yesterday. So
Mhm.
there he is. That's so funny.
Yeah, he comes like right over to the list, actually.
I see that. All right, so we got there. All right, I almost want to try this and see if the maze works the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Let's do it.
All right. Let me bring up the other. Oh. That's weird that the color didn't set. All right, so. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to do the sound as well at some point.
Dragon's dead. Come over here. And we're in a maze. All
We
right.
are in the maze.
Now.
So now it should go this way. Oh, it does. And it goes that way. Oh, and I can't get through the water. So that's all working. All right. So then I come this way. I come up this way. And then it is this direction. Should get me at the bottom of this. And it should get me up here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
Whoa.
That wasn't quite
Something
right.
wrong.
What do we?
Yeah.
So 15 was the one that was wrong.
15 up is wrong, right?
15 up is wrong. Or is 11 up wrong?
Oh, yeah.
11 up is wrong.
Okay.
So here, I'll bring the... I wish I could make this bigger, right? So this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. This is definitely that, right? So 3. Pretty sure it was 14 that was wrong. So 14. Nope. So that's 11 that should have been there.
So
I gotta do it again and see what I did wrong here.
So we can see what room we're in, you mean?
Yeah. All right. So is this up? Right, so this is still 11. This is no. I'm sorry. This is.
Don't we have a room number variable that we can like light up?
We can.
And we can see what room we're in.
I think I mixed something up with what I was thinking the room numbers were. I think when I was doing the writing it out. So
Right.
this is 12, 13. This is 14. So 14 then should go back to 13. Oh yeah, okay. And then 14 this way should go to 15. And that looks right. So 15 should go. So 15 should go up to 12.
Right. You have it going up to 11 on the top one and 12 on 12s, if that makes sense. Like the 12 definition.
Yeah. So
okay.
So let's let me stop that. And so let me 15. Fix this. So 14 should go to the 15. And 15 up should go to 12.
And then what does 15 right go to?
That should go to 13.
Okay. Right, because that passes through. Yes, that looks good.
Right. But then wait, then 12 should be the one that goes to 6. Or no, 13.
12 goes to
13. Oh yeah,
13.
12, because 12 then goes up to 13. That goes to 6. Okay, that's good. So this is the only one that we needed to fix. Wow, we only got one wrong. That doesn't feel
we're
like
good, man.
programming.
Yeah, well, ain't over yet.
Oh, that's true. I don't even I don't even need the keys. I can just run over here. So do the maze like you're supposed to. That should get you through it.
Up, over, through, up, up.
Oh,
So you're not fit? You can't fit?
I could just barely fit. I should.
That might be a problem.
I was afraid of that with some of this. Oh, this is it. And then
Did we
we're
make
into
it out,
the.
and we're in the and there
into
would
the
be
Black
the Black
Castle.
Castle.
Oh, I didn't change 6 to put you back into the maze though. Right, so 6 needs to go back into 13. So it's instead of 4, this should be 13. That makes it so we can get out of the maze faster. But yeah, so now we've got the. Just do one quick one. Yeah, so this is a size, like in my grid I was doing, it was a 3. 2 is like just barely. It's kind of tight. I'll have to fix that graphic.
I mean, it's making it through.
Well, it's that one. See, like this. It's hard to get through. That'll be for some off-stream work.
Yeah, fixing the graphics.
Yeah, because the map just needs to be widened. Even as I was making them, I'm like, or we can make the box smaller. That's the other thing, because this box is kind of big. Like our adventure is kind of big. Oh, look.
Yeah, that's true. We could trim him down a little bit because he is kind of big.
I have a feeling that's going to cause us some headache at some point, but we can try it.
Just scale him a little bit, even.
Yeah, I don't even. Did we scale them at all? I guess we didn't. Huh, we didn't. I was trying to see if we scaled them, but I don't see it. And so we can set the size to
80.
Yeah, let's try 80%. I can't believe I made that.
When you leave the maze, yeah, we fixed that though, right? When you leave the maze, you're supposed to see the Black Castle. That's what we're doing, right?
Oh yeah, that's right, Jim. So what we haven't done is we haven't put the Black Castle in. What we did is we have it just as a black room at the moment. We haven't put the castle in that room yet. Right. So if we come up here, this
Come
is
through here.
to get to the exit. This would now be where the Black Castle is. So we got the black room, right? So this would be the Black Castle. If you go through that, then this is where the magnet would be, is over here. And then you come up to here, and then you got the chalice. So the chalice would be here that you could then return back to the main, the gold castle, your gold castle.
Yeah, and it looks like the maze is working, so it might actually even be time to put that castle in.
Yeah.
This looks like it's pretty good. That little size difference made it a lot easier to move through here, huh?
It did.
All right. And it looks better. It looks more like it looks.
Yeah, like the key needs to be a little bit smaller. Like I think everything needs to be just tightened up a little bit. Yes, and the black dragon. Well, there's no. I think level 1 didn't have a black dragon. Did it?
I don't know. You got the thing.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
I thought it was just the one dragon in level 1.
There might be a dragon that's over here. Oh, there is.
It's a yellow dragon. Oh, and he follows you from room to room.
Oh, he can walk right over the water? This
Oh
isn't
my
right.
god. Oh, and he ate you.
But I was able to get away from him. Ah!
Yeah, yeah, because it's got to. We have to figure out that eat you mechanic, right? Remember, because there's like a
Yeah.
chomp.
Yeah, so the golden dragon is one that we're missing in this level. But see how much wider that is?
Yeah.
See, there's that, and then there's the chalice. Ah!
Whoa.
Get away. Get away, dragon. I didn't realize I was going to need to run around and... Ah!
Whoa. But you win.
But I win. So that's the level 1, which is significantly easier than level 2.
Yeah.
But at least it helps us figure out where all that stuff is. Yeah, so we're pretty good. Maybe we can try to put the Black Castle in there and see what happens, right? So I think what I'll do, I guess we'll just copy these and then put the room number that it's in. Well, that first level was particularly easy, but that is very true. It's probably like a lot of people that are like, and this counted for fun. Hey, think about how much fun people had with Pong, and that was really just 2 paddles in a square block going back and forth. So, yeah. So, I think what it will do is for now we'll just copy these. Oh, let me just stop this because it's really slow. All right, so we're gonna clone that. Clone that one. We'll clone that one. Alright, so let me make this Black Castle. We'll make this Black Castle. What?
Just got a Slack message that was less than good.
Alright, so we need to let's set this room, right? So we get this costume to a castle room. There it is. Alright, so this would be the room for the castle. So let's take a look at putting this in there. How did we have this set up? I think we had something set up that... oh yeah, we have it here. So we just say if room number. So now we need to go back to the map and find the room number. 6 was our Black Castle. 6.
Okay.
So what that would mean for these ones is that we'll actually say where this is 6.
Mm-hmm.
We'll show these pieces.
Right, because each of those things, they kind of know what room they're supposed to be in. That's how we hide and show the stuff.
Right, and then we have this set color effect here, right? Which I believe this is what's going to replace that. Right, so I think this will... how do I... Oh, I actually have to go to the looks and do show, right? Yeah, alright, so we'll show that. Let me see.
Okay.
This. Oh.
We have to flip that? Is that what the problem is?
There this is right. This is what we want for that. So we'll put that instead. We also need to have this actually hide by default, which we weren't doing. Because the other one we were showing, because it's the first room, so we just left it as show. Right,
yeah, so and then we hide it after. Right.
Oh, didn't like it. Get rid of that. We also need to put this as a hide. from the start. Same thing with this one, so we'll hide this one from the start, and then we also remove that coloring. We'll put this here. All right.
Interesting that the room's still blue.
Oh, it's because I just clicked on it. I didn't like start the.
Okay. The code's not actually running.
Yeah. I think we might have to figure out a way to shortcut the castle, because if I have to run this maze every single time we want to get to that, that's gonna it's gonna get pretty boring.
Yeah, we could just like
Also,
bypass it again, like we were doing. Like just switch the number.
yeah. Oh,
something's not quite right.
what? It looks like this one here. Was not quite in the right position.
Which is interesting.
Why
would that be?
I don't know.
What's the gold one look like?
Oh, you know what's weird is that it's the same. What I think happened is something. So here we have the Y position being set. I'm wondering if we mix something up here. Wait a minute, that's the X position. Y to -15. Hold on a second.
Yeah, because why is the height?
Oh, I need to show it. All right, so let me bring it up.
Yeah.
Why is that?
The X is wrong.
But how could it be wrong?
Did the costumes slide?
It's almost like the Y is in the wrong position. No.
Oh,
Wait, why is that?
No, the Y. Something's weird, dude. Is it the size?
So this is supposed to be like that.
Like that. Yeah. They're like different sizes, man. Yeah, dude, something happened. Did you click the scale 80% somewhere on this screen on the castle guy?
I don't think so. There's no way.
Because the one on the right is like pretty clearly bigger. What?
It is. It's like a different size, but how could that have happened? It did change percentage. How'd that happen?
That I don't know, but that does it.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
I don't know what would have caused that.
Right? Yeah, Jim, I know. That's the only thing I did change was the adventurer size. But that... Wow, that was pretty slow trying to rebuild it. Well, let's see if that fixed that room. least now I learned my lesson to make all the rooms line up with each other. Well, that looks better.
Yeah, I mean, there it is.
It's still a little weird on the edges, but that was a problem with the castle in the first place, right?
Yeah, I think the gold one's weird too. It's just easier to see because of contrast.
Oh, we can't bump into it.
So we have to add that.
That was part of the thing that I was wondering if we could change this, right? So we could, because now we got to add this in, right? So we got to put touching.
Oh boy.
Can I just duplicate this? And then I can say,
And then Castle Gate's the same, right?
yeah, so yeah, so what I want to do is I want to remove this. Oh, shoot, I gotta stop the code. I want to remove that and then put this in that spot.
Okay.
Oh shoot, but we have gate open.
And there, and that might be different per castle.
That is going to be different per castle. Yeah, kapow. That's right, Jim. It's like, wait, why did that little change affect it so drastically? Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I mixed this up because this is actually the gate. I put this in the wrong spot. So let me put this back in there. This, actually, I need to copy this one.
And we're gonna need like black gate open or something, or will the gate know what room it's in and what its state is? There's a couple ways we can attack that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that again.
So as far as the gate part, right? The castle gate, do we create a whole separate castle gate, or does the gate
Know which
No.
one?
Yeah, based on the room it's in, like know which gate it's supposed to be?
How would we do that? Because I'm not sure
I'm
how
not
to do
sure.
that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. It would have to work the same way that we like hide and show other things that where it knows what room it's in, but there would be additional. It wouldn't just be a hide and show, right? It would actually be a set of.
I think we should just
behaviors.
copy the gate.
Yeah, just have a black gate, black
Mm.
castle gate. That seems
Yeah.
the most straightforward, and it'll be easy enough to read instead of
Yeah.
having to build out structures. Okay.
Because now I can put this. Then when I'm on this one here, I can make this in room 6. I'll change the name of this to the Black Castle Gate. And then what we will need to do is add a new variable.
Yeah.
That's for all sprites. That'll be Black Gate open. And we'll change this to Black Gate open. We change this to Black Gate open.
Mhm.
This is fine. And then I gotta put this one here. So that should get us. Oh, see, here's the other part, right? So now we're gonna actually want to add. So we could just use the same golden key right now to open this one as well, but we're gonna want to switch this so we have a black key, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there, I need to go back to the adventurer, and then we change this to Black Gate open. I gotta change the operator on here so that we can take this and do such and such and. So we need to do one of these and take this.
Put it in one side. Oh, there it was. And that goes in the other side. And that all goes in there.
Yeah. That is not hard to read at all.
That's something, boy. We need a refactor on this project.
So this is the other thing that we got here that we have to put the hide on this one as well because it also shows up by default. Right. So let's.
Okay. So it hid. Good.
Yeah. You know what's gonna be weird? Let's see if this happens. But I'm gonna use the key. Gotta touch the gate. Gotta open it. I'm gonna leave the key there, and now I'm gonna go to the black gate. Oh, you can see it already. Look at
Did it
this.
move?
Now, see the
Oh,
the
black gate open is true.
yeah, because technically the black gate is right here on this spot. Right. So, oh, we don't have it where it actually closes, huh? That's right.
So you're saying it's also getting touched?
It is also getting touched. Why is the key not resetting?
There it goes.
That was weird. Yes, it's also getting touched.
Hmm.
In
So we need
part,
like invisible or something?
we need to make sure it's the right room,
Oh, there you go.
right? So I think that's part of the problem is that we're not showing it in the right room with it. So
Need to end.
yeah, and so I can put
Mhm. Okay.
yeah. I wonder if there's any advantage to priority in the ands and ors
Hey,
on here.
how you mean?
Well, so like if I put room equals 6, that it won't do the touching, so it'll actually be faster.
Mm. Oh, like does it drop out of the once it hits a bad condition? I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how that processing would be.
yeah. So we actually need to do the same thing here. So let me. I mean, if it's actually generating code out after the fact, it should actually be normal processing like that because most languages process where this would if this fails it drops out right away so we don't have to go through all the extra touching logic.
Hmm.
All right, so now all right, now I should be able to open this one without opening the black gate. Cool. Then I should be able to take this key with me
Open the other one.
and open the other one. I'm gonna get really good at this maze now.
Hmm.
When it's fast it's super sensitive. Hey, there we
All right, there's
go.
a black castle. Now you can pass through.
Did I check that? All right, good. So we can't get through the sides. I should have checked
Should
that
have
we couldn't.
checked it before you opened it.
I know.
Should just swap out that so we don't have to go through the maze again real quick. Just change a number.
I'm gonna go change a number. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save this, and
Ah,
then I'll change the number.
now you're thinking.
So we need to go from. We don't want to just jump from 4 to 6. All right, there we go. Oh,
Mm. So we're not colliding Blackgate, huh?
what did we? We missed something.
Yes, we
Oh, I
did.
left this as Castle Gate instead of the Black Castle
Ah.
Gate.
Castle Black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was that way down there? That was weird. I mean, way up there.
That's why I was
And the
having
other
a
ones
hard.
were way down. Yeah, it wasn't alpha at all. Oh, it's strange.
Oh, it's not alpha at all. I don't know what order that puts it in there. Huh. It's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, so now we should be able to. This will be actually a good spot to stop. We actually got the maze and the Black Castle. Yep, there we go. Oh,
Oh, but you come out and you gotta go through the maze.
This is crazy portal time. All right, so we grab the key. Jim, we last week, I was like,
Mhm.
you know, it would be nice to have some sound in the game. So of course, we didn't have a an existing sound to use, so I just recorded one. So now it's just me going. "Broop."
Oh, that's too much.
So now we're gonna make a whole bunch of those. No Moog key. You know, I don't have a Moog keyboard, but I have a Moog module. I should play with that and try that. It was more fun making it with my mouths. My mouths? Like I have two of them. All right, so change 4 back to 11. Save that. And let me save it like this. We are in pretty good shape. I have to tell you, it's pretty exciting that we're actually seeing Adventure coming together now. And we got a
It
little bit
really
more to
is
do with
too
it.
now. Yeah.
We just get another key in there, get another dragon, and honestly, so there's a bunch of stuff we have to get added into the game, but I think we're getting to the point where if we can get level 1 done, I think doing the next level will actually be easier. It'll be mostly just drawing out the map and some stuff like that.
Yeah, well, because all the key concepts at this point are there. Now
Yeah.
we just got to do them twice more.
You know, Jim, that's
Um,
a really good question. I believe it is JavaScript that's ultimately what gets built by this, like when it's done. But it saves it as XML.
that's
So
what I was going to say. It is XML, so you can't even export the XML, which is weird. But
yeah,
I mean, that's you could probably find out. I'm going to ask Google real quick.
yeah, because it does. So you can do like export project, seeing the data as an XML. Oh, what's an export summary?
Looks like it's JavaScript underneath.
It makes sense that it would be. I think it just uses the XML to construct. Oh, check this out.
What is that?
This is an export summary. So it shows you all your graphics and then the sprite scripts.
That's fantastic.
That is pretty fantastic.
Like for our purposes, for teaching purposes and stuff, it's great.
I mean, I think that's probably, you know what, they probably did this so this is how you turn in your project.
Oh, right.
Like when you're finished with the homework, right? Huh. It's kind of neat. I wasn't expecting this.
I knew you could take like the snippets because I've put together materials before for like workshops and stuff where you get like I would actually export the right. You can export those block image like the code blocks as graphics. But I didn't realize you could like create a document like this.
You know,
Pretty
Jim,
cool.
yeah. Jim, I don't know whether it would compile it weird. It's a very good question. I think we've seen some strange behavior, but related outside of the compiling.
Yeah, and there's something feels leaky about it too. Is another thing. I'm not sure. Like we've seen like where it feels like it grinds down over time, but today
Well,
it didn't happen. So I don't know.
it did, because did you see how long it took for that to pop up? I clicked it probably a good like 45 seconds ago.
Oh.
So it definitely got to that point. We just didn't have, thankfully. So what I tried to do, Pete, this time was when I wanted to start editing scripts, I stopped it. So I wasn't changing blocks while it was executing. Because that's another part, right? Because it's actually executing while you're changing it. So, wow, like that took a long time to just pop up. So I think we hit that point, which is good because we have come to the end of our time today.
Yes, we have.
So We've got a couple of things I got to run off and take care of. But yeah, so now we've got the maze and the Black Castle in place. We just need to get the black key in there so we can actually have a specific key to open the gates, and then we'll be well on our way to adding the next dragon and the magnet and the chalice.
Yeah, we're actually getting to the point where we're going to start talking about our next game.
I know. Yeah, probably another couple sessions, but yeah, because I don't know if we're going to do all the levels, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll play with that. Maybe we'll come back and do a second level at some point. See if we did a good enough job that we can actually add in a second level.
Yeah, we might be able to do it wholesale in like one session, just like, and here's a new level because of all the work we've done. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the point of some of the engineering, right? Is to be able to, okay, now we've got this pattern, let's crank them out. So,
yep.
We'll see how successful we were. All right, cool.
Yeah, Jim's asking if we're gonna add any tweaks to the that weren't in the original.
I don't know. You have something in mind?
Yeah, we'll see. It's one of those. I think what we would like to do, Jim, actually, is the idea of, so now that we've done this in Snap, it'd be interesting to do this same game in something else, and then maybe there we can expand upon it, because I think Snap has very, very large constraints to what we can do. It would be interesting. Maybe we should make it so it runs in phaser on our stream, like we were talking about with the aliens running around. I don't know what that would look like. Maybe we could do a different Atari game. Maybe do like the tanks, or
yeah, right.
What was some of the other ones where that was like your multiple players on a single screen?
Yeah, definitely the tanks, but I'm trying to think of what else there was that was 2-player.
Yeah, the game Combat. Yeah, Combat. Wasn't that the one with the tanks?
That was the tanks.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the name of it. I just remember. I remember having to switch through the different maps that had all the different barriers and stuff like that, and the tanks in different positions. Joust.
Yeah, so Joust. That's actually, dude, that's just like that Flappy Bird mechanic. That would be pretty easy.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have to look at yeah, we'll talk about it, John. We'll get something together.
I got my adventure game, or my history of video games book that we'll do, and I'll go through that and look at like what the progression was. Maybe we'll come up with something else.
Yeah, well, we were talking about like Ready Player One, so maybe on the Snap Scratch stream we could start a new game, but then we could maybe on Friday or something start working on like a port.
Yeah, neat.
Like Phaser or Construct or something.
Yeah,
cool.
Sounds great. All right. I will see you, I guess, at some point later. Hopefully you have a nice holiday weekend.
Yeah, you too, sir. You too. And everybody else too, I guess.
That's absolutely. Everybody else in the U.S. anyways, right?
Yeah.
All right. Later, Jim.
We'll see you, Jim. Thanks for coming. So long, everybody.